And so it begins, the journey to being back road worthy again. To straighten or not to straighten, that is thy question of the day. Welcome to a new episode of Bendin' with Bendin'. My name is Devin, and I'm a career frame technician for those that are new to the channel. And today we have a 2000... Really, it doesn't matter at this point. There is no point. Anyway, to straighten or not to straighten? Well, seeing as it's not the month of June, we should be all right to straighten anything. Yeah. Anyway, I hope I don't get canceled for that. So this truck had a large impact right here, going that way. As you can see here, most of the frame rail is bent. Now there is a factory bend in the frame here, and there should be one back there where it's almost straight. So where you see this bend actually right here is not supposed to be there. Now this truck is a roll-off, okay, so it is a double frame truck. It is going to be a mother. Now before we get started, we're gonna come over here and drop this tank like Snoop Dogg back in 04. Now we need to make sure that we get all this stuff. We're gonna pretty much strip the frame down all the way with everything on here, all the way back to here. It's gonna be a pretty good idea to go ahead and possibly loosen the cab up and move stuff because of how far we have to go. Now we have 22 inches of side sway in this truck. No, calm down ladies, calm down. I'm talking about inches of side sway, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start back there by that cross member. We're going to start working the frame over that way and bringing it around both sides together. I'll have to build a little temporary cross member to pull off of. Now, this truck has also got a little bit of a diamond in it. You can't really say it's a diamond because of how much side sway is in there. You can see here, these three gauges actually line up. See how much the truck is going this way and then that way on the front. Now, in all reality, this truck's not that bad. Who am I kidding? This thing's bad, bro. Now, I know it's kind of dark in here, but, you know, it is what it is. Of course, I got the wrong size. I also try to be a comedian most of the time. And yes, I got my shirt unbuttoned because it's hot. I'm in Houston, so it's hot outside all the time, you know. You know, here in Houston, we have 9 months of summer, so, you know, endless summer. This thing ran off the road and hit a bridge pylon. It hit it harder than Pamela Anderson got hit back in '98. This thing hit so hard, it actually busted the crank in 2 places in the engine. This is like engine. Neat. Damn. Out. There we go. Alright, just to get an idea of what we're going to be looking at here, we're going to go ahead and pull on this thing for a second. Like we did last time. Get a little popping noise, a little bit. Alright, so we got this going on right. I'm going to move this bike as far as I can get from here. I don't want to be up there by that. Oh, hey, Crap, I'm out of stroke again. Haha, out of stroke. That was my nickname in high school. Wait, that's what that means. So what we have to do is we have to pull this back until that buckle comes out right there. You know, we might pull it back and then hit it with a hammer a couple times, see what happens, you know? Let me just re-stroke this bad boy and get another link out of it. Come on. There. Our nature zone bend. Coming out a little bit. We're doing a little bit. Right? Out of stroke again. Thanks, story of my life. Notice we got our dead leg right here. So right here is where it should open up. There should be a 186 degree bend right here. And then there's another 186 degree bend the opposite way right there. Now, unlike most other YouTube channels, we actually work on this one. Work really hard too. So be prepared to watch me work and make funny jokes. Hopefully without getting canceled, of course. Alright, so I wanted to take a minute to tell you guys about my merchandise store. I'll leave the link in the description below. And I really wanted to thank everybody. If you guys want to get one of these cool little Bob Pointer fingers, pre-taped and everything, the link is going to be in the description. I'm fully self-supporting on this, so if you guys want to buy merch, I got cool shirts like this. Semi chiropractor shirts, check them out. I got also American-made ones, and of course, a little cheaper version from overseas if you guys want to try those. I really appreciate everybody that's been engaging with my content and all the comments. Also, comment below if you guys have something specific you guys want me to try and make a video on, suspension-wise, frame-wise, vehicle-wise, truck-wise. Just let me know in the comments, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, back to the regularly scheduled program. Now that these geniuses have added geometry to frame straightening. We're gonna need one of these. We need to make sure that we have the exact number, so we're gonna come over here to this other truck right here and we're gonna measure it out. Let's tighten the rail down here and straight, and it starts right past the spring hanger here. It's like that side there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and, you know, just check it out. 185.7. Dang engineers! We're gonna be 186 opposite of the other one. So, pulling again, here we go. Pull number 45. Get no pressure on. Again. So you see our radius here where we're coming around? We're actually pulling that bin back into the truck there. We're gonna leave this set right here for now because it seems to be about, maybe we'll go a little bit further and let off, see what happens. Oh, okay. I'll let off a little bit here. Let it go back. We're gonna move this down here. And oh yeah, this does make an old man out of you real quick. Now we'll grab the other side and bring it around. Dun, 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 dun. Need some music. Out of stroke again. Sometimes these things get stuck. We'll just leave that chain on there. And get it pulled over where you want it, or a little bit past, you're gonna have to beat on it. So you're gonna have to get your purse. That's what's up. Ah. This kind of reminds me of something, doesn't it? Maybe a childhood memory. Then we let off. There is going to be a heartache tonight. Still got a ways to go. That's what she said. Grab a link and keep on pulling. Oh, some days I have no idea what the hell I'm even doing anymore. One of these days this YouTube thing might pay off and I might be able to just do this at the house by myself. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull it up and then we're going to hold it back, see if we can catch a whole lot more. Then we can grab a couple links. Oh, I've grown so tired. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let off of it. This being a chain machine, a little easier to deal with the chains on this than the heavy stuff on the equipment on the other one for side sways, especially when going long distances like that. So we're going to let this out until it's dropped down in there because that's 41 inches all the way at the bottom like so. Drop it like it's hot. Okay. Now, one of the biggest problems with this is it was pushed so far around, that thing was pushed around, looked like a dang cutworm, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so it was pushed so far around it looked diamond, okay? And I don't mean that cubic zirconia you bought your side chick, all right? I'm talking about like diamond, like the truck was shifted back. and the frame rails are no longer in line. And that's what that means. Anyway, so now that we've got it pushed all the way over, we've moved it about 18 inches so far, okay? So what we're gonna do is now we're getting pretty close to where we can actually line up our cross members and actually start getting stuff in, you know what I mean? We gotta get it in. Well, no, we'll leave that alone. Anyway. So I think the hardest part about all of this is having to re-stroke this every time because of how far we have to go. Check our distance, a little narrow, but we'll call her good for now. All right, so you get this over here. Yeah, come on.
Nice.
Oh! Let's hit the head of it. Dang it. About a foot ahead of it. Anyway, all right, forget that. I think they need some oil. Whew. Oh. What we're going to do is we're going to jump down in here and check out our geometry on our rails, or angles, anyway, whatever. Right, so as you can see there, we're about 186.4. So we're about a half a degree. We should be about 186. So we're pretty close in our angle here. On this side, we're at 182. So we need to come out. That's exactly where the bend is actually at, right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab this frame gauge and we're going to hang it up pretty close to the bend and see if we're actually straight with the rest of the frame. And move this down this way some. All right, this is day 3 of our mediocre side sway Mac. Okay, we have pulled it about 18.5 inches so far. And I did some things yesterday, ran out of battery on my camera and everything else. So we're gonna go ahead and go over a few things we did yesterday that I wasn't able to film. As you can see here, we've kind of gone ahead and we straightened up this hanger right here. We went ahead and just heated that hanger up and pulled it on around. Now that's just mild steel, so it's not really that big of a deal. Went ahead and got our front brace in. Our front cross member, our engine mount right here in. As you can see here where this wave is starting to happen in our sleeve right here, which is really not that big of a deal because we can go ahead and just clamp that down because of how thin it is. Here you can see we still have our buckle in the frame right there. That's because we haven't gone far enough in the front yet. But like I said, this is a slow process and everything. We can't just jerk it over real fast because one, to keep moving the truck over as we came around because it kept pulling over and we ran out of room on the frame machine. As you can see now, we're kind of getting pretty straight there down the side of the truck, you know, just looking at the accessories and the drives and everything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap around those curves right there like a big lady in the wintertime. We're gonna pull it harder than they did the rudder on the Titanic when they saw that iceberg. So one of the other things that we're gonna do is we're gonna take these motor mounts out while we're here and go ahead and replace them. The customer went ahead and provided the motor mounts and everything, so that way we can just go ahead and replace them while we're here, you know. Because we got everything apart anyway, and before I put it all back on, might as well just, you know, take them off and swap them out. It'll be a whole lot easier now than before we put the engine back in this thing. Oh, come on! Nothing like getting some coolant on your arm first thing in the morning. Ugh, mechanics use coolant for lube most of the time, I bet. Once the buckle comes out, you know, you can stretch it past, stretch it, it'll pull it down flat, okay? Because it pulls the pressure back out of the buckle. So this buckle is showing that we're still pushed over, and our gauges are still showing pushed over. So we still got about 4 inches to go in the front of this thing. Part of the job though, you know, a lot of stuff has to come off of these things. A lot of different companies like Peterbilt and other places like that, they generally pull the motor and stuff out of these things anyway whenever they straighten most of these, depending on the impact on the front. They don't want to have any issues or anything. Now it's fairly easy to take one of these engines in and out. Most of it plugs in nowadays versus, you know, there's not much hard wiring. There is a little bit, but obviously when you disconnect the engine you only have 3 points, 1, 2, 3, that it pretty much holds everything up. We all know about pulling out, you know. Well, actually, I don't because I have several children. Come on, if you're not rocking out at work, are you even working, bro? Like one of the greatest karaoke songs ever written. Right, so maybe not the greatest karaoke song ever written, but maybe the greatest karaoke song sang by middle-aged Karens drunk on a Friday night? Possibly. Alright, so we'll go ahead and throw this on here, pull that back. Alright. I don't know what that was, but let's go check it out. Yeah. Alright, so as you can see on our gauges, you can see how far over we've come and how far we still have to go. So here we go. Pull it on one. Pressure. 10,000 PSI to be exact. So now you see how far past we are. What is that back? Is it my box in the way back there? Yeah. So now we're past about 2 inches. And now we need to go more. We pulled it about 6 inches. And yeah, it's my lie. I'll tell it however I want. Anyway, but we're about 2 inches past. But 2 inches isn't enough. But, well, I mean, for some people, if that's all you got, 2 inches is all you got. I mean, you're just going to have to deal with it, I guess. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this that away, probably about another 4 inches. And yeah, I'm just shooting in the dark here because I got nothing to measure off of. Pull it, baby. And I'm sure some of you guys are just used to shooting it in the dark anyway. It's not really a good idea if you're in prison, though. It's kind of weird. So if you notice how far past we are right here, we're about 6 inches past, I guess. And no, that is not 6 inches. That's about 8 bob widths. So we'll come through here, and this, like I said, this sleeve is not really tempered, okay? It's not as heat treated as the frame. So you can, actually while it's under pressure, go through here and work that rail down, right? Force that back in there, see? Same thing over here. You notice our buckle's almost gone. While it's under pressure, there's a lot of things happening, right? When you hit that, you're realigning the fibers of that metal, okay? And forcing it back into alignment with itself. So, you gotta have a hammer, flat, round, whatever. Sometimes you gotta have a big hammer. But eventually you can knock that stuff down on the sleeve. It's not as critical as the main frame. The thing you gotta learn as a frame technician, you gotta be able to swing a hammer upside down. Purse fail. All right, let's let off on this thing and see what we got. Okay, so we have not quite gone far enough, but we have moved it some. Moved it some because we're better than what we was. We gotta keep going. All right, so one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna re-stroke this bad boy. Yep. Catch a little more. Strokey, strokey. Stroke me, stroke me. Oh, we still got pressure. Well, yeah, we know we gotta go a lot further, so we're gonna go ahead and pull on her. Pull on her like we did last night. We got a long way to go. Yeah, what we'll do is we're going to pull this over and put some pressure on this bad boy till that other chain is tight. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Woo-wee, what? We go a long way. Me love you a long time. He love you a long way. So we went a little bit further. I'm guessing we need to go more. I think we should go more. Let's go more. Get out of the way here. Standing way over here, man. When these pressures start getting up here kind of high, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not very comfortable with it. There'd be a chain popping. I'll leave it right there and go to lunch. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I don't really like it when there's a lot of stress on these things like this. Now we're gonna get somewhere close. Oh, so dirty. But we get a little bit out of it anyway. Oh yeah, let the pressure start building. We can pull that post off of there. This is where the pressure starts bending stuff right here. Especially on a double frame. All right, well, let's leave that for a while. Now, we're about a foot past. Yeah, we gotta go way past in order to make this thing work. Alrighty then, let's go ahead and let this off and see what happens. So now that we've got this thing pulled around, we've got her pulled on over. We had to pull her a long way over that way, approximately 12 inches past in order to get it pretty close to dead center. Now scrolling down through these gauges here, you can tell we're dead on, just like that. Now if you look right there, you'll notice that our buckle right here and back there is just about gone, and the top is completely gone. So what we're gonna do is I'll get my little 20-ton seat clamp and I'll squish that flat. I'll put a little more pressure back on it, go back a little bit, and then squeeze it flat. Now, on this other side, you notice we got a little bit of a ripple in the rail there because it crunched up some. So what we're going to do is do the same thing. We're going to pull some pressure on it, and then we're going to go ahead and squish it on down with the seat clamp and flatten it out and then let off. One of the things we're going to have to do is probably have to roll this rail out. It's not really that big a deal. Probably just loosen these bolts up and it'll probably pop out a little bit. But after that, we have no way to shake this down because we can't drive it, of course. So I may just bounce it up and down a little bit with a forklift, make sure that the center line doesn't move back. Most of the time I don't have any issues on this frame machine. Once I pull it real hard. Some of you guys understand this, some of you don't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten those buckles out and everything, and we should be good to go. So before this truck leaves, I had to come over here and show you the finished product. As you can see, we got her all pushed around where she's supposed to go. Our dimensions are correct in there. We got our 186-degree bend on each side here, and she's ready to rock and roll for another day. Well, until the next time, possibly. So if you watch this far in the video, we're at the end. As you can tell, we did a lot of work in 2 or 3 days, and it's on to the next one. There's gonna be a video pop up here somewhere. You guys should check it out because YouTube knows the algorithm and they want you to see it. So check it out. But until next time, keep twisting or straightening, whatever you think you should be doing. But check out the next video.